In 2023, Mark Consuelos, who had previously acted as a guest actor, was officially named co-host of Live with Kelly. Was naturally a frequent fill-in co-host throughout the years. However, with Ryan Serra's departure, ABC realized they needed a replacement actor who could complement Kelly Ripa's charisma and potentially even outdo her real-life spouse in the role. After getting married in 1996, Kelly and Mark have been entertaining audiences with their anecdotes for decades. Mark Consuelos shocked his admirers recently when he revealed his attitude to a super nosy sales associate. Stay tuned to find out what transpired. If Kelly Ripa wants to leave the show, Mark Consuelos says she should. Daytime talk show host Kelly Ripa has been around since 2001. She became a co-host following Kathie Lee Gifford's departure from the show. Kelly became well known for her time as the show's co-host with Regis Philbin, which she continued until Philbin retired. After her husband became a full-time member of the show, the name was changed to Live with Kelly and Mark. People who watched during the day recognized the talk show host. From 1990 until 2002, she was a mainstay on the hit daytime drama All My Children. When her future husband joined the cast in 1995, they met on that set. Was her real calling, though, lost to her? The co-host has lately wondered if Kelly might be better off making a drastic shift in her professional trajectory. Her spouse went so far as to say that she should jump. It came up in the course of their conversation about her activities during his Broadway performance of Good Night and Good Luck. She had remained at home, engrossed in court TV. Mark claims that his true crime junkie wife was glued to the Karen Reed trial. In a lighthearted manner, he inquired as to Kelly's intentions when the trial concluded. "I'm going to roll into whatever the next trial is that they're going to serve me," said she. Subsequently, her spouse proposed that she pursue a degree in law since she finds great joy in observing trials. "I truly did miss my true calling as a judge, jury, and attorney," Kelly Ripa wrote after giving the concept some thought. Though her husband urged her to leave the show and get a law degree, she had other plans. "Should I aim to become the oldest legal student in the world? I am not sure," she stated. He surprised the audience with his retort to the nosy salesperson. The studio audience and viewers at home would undoubtedly miss Kelly Ripa's banter with her husband if she were to depart from the show. Their recent shopping excursion to Vancouver, Canada was the subject of another episode. Kelly spoke out against the recent tendency of sales associates stating "welcome in" as a way to greet customers. Her spouse proceeded to reveal an equally surprising interaction. His story goes like this. He went to an Apple store to get a new phone. The store clerk inquired about his day's schedule as he made his payment. "The bank is my target. That is the purpose of the phone. I'm planning to steal a bank later, but nobody should know," the talk show presenter said. "None of your business," Mark said as he told the audience why he didn't like the employee's nosy question. Fans of daytime television shows would recognize Mark Consuelos even before he became a daytime TV co-host. Originally from Zaragoza, Spain, Consuelos' parents were Mexican. He immigrated to the U.S. when he was a kid and grew up in Belmont, California. His early success in public speaking was evident while he was a linebacker for the Fighting Irish and a marketing major at Notre Dame. His career took a sharp turn in 1995 when he tried out for the part of Mateo Santos on All My Children, an ABC soap opera. It was fate that had the part. Daytime Emmy nominations and widespread acclaim were Consuelos' due to his portrayal of the intensely romantic Santos. On Pine Valley, he also met Kelly Ripa, who would later become his wife and on-screen love interest. Having leveraged his popularity on All My Children into guest appearances on primetime series and short film roles, Consuelos had amassed an outstanding CV by the time he departed soaps in 2002. Daybreak, however, brought him face-to-face with his fate, this time as host. Kelly Ripa's career in television began in 1990, when her charismatic and driven performance as Haley Vaughn on All My Children was her breakout role. Ripa won daytime Emmys and built an audience that would eventually follow her to talk shows during the subsequent 10 years, during which she became associated with the show's youthful energy. In 2000, after Kathie Lee Gifford left Regis and Kathie's live show, Ripa tried out for a nationwide, successfully secured the position. Regis and her hit or miss chemistry shone through in their partnership, which lasted until Regis Philbin's 2011 retirement announcement. The franchise experienced a seismic upheaval when he left. After 10 years as the dynamic co-host, Kelly Ripa was finally the show's unofficial face and senior host. Live with Kelly was the new name of the show, and the network ran a 9-month on-air search for a new co-host. Several deserving candidates, including Jerry Unnell and Seth Meyers, vied for the position of co-host in 2012, but the prize went to Michael Strahan, a former NFL player. Live with Kelly and Michael was the rebranding that catapulted the show to new heights in terms of viewership. They won a Daytime Emmy for their charming big brother/little sister relationship and the chemistry between them. Until the most dramatic event in the show's history transpired in April 2016, the pair appeared unbreakable. It was revealed that Strahan would be quitting Live to take a permanent role at Good Morning America, ABC's main morning program. Particularly shocking to Ripa, who apparently was caught unawares and learned about it just moments before the general public, was the news. Her absence from the show the following day ignited a media frenzy, and she remained silent throughout. For about a week, she was not on air. At her return, she was greeted with a standing ovation as she gave her now famous monologue, in which she stated that the incident had started a much-needed discussion about respect, consideration, and communication in the workplace. Nobody mistook the message. There was evidently cold tension during Strahan's last broadcast, and he left quickly since the network had disregarded her. Kelly went back on the air with her live show. On this occasion, Ripa was leisurely. The success of the show was clearly on her shoulders because she hosted with a rotating cast of guest hosts for nearly a whole year. He had plenty of time. At long last, in May 2017, she introduced Ryan Searist, a longtime friend and the hardest working man in Hollywood, as her new permanent co-host. Ryan and Kelly's live period brought a return to light stability. Throughout those 6 years, their chemistry, that of professional peers and true friends, worked like clockwork. Following the Strahan storm, the sea was quiet. Searist made his leaving public in 2023. The change, however, was diametrically opposed to the previous one. It was great, well organized, and full of compliments for each other. The long drive along the coast was too much for Searist, who was mostly stationed in Los Angeles for his radio show and American Idol. His successor selection was the worst-kept secret in Hollywood, according to Searist. It was the same guy who had been a guest host so many times and done so well. Mark Consuelos, who is married to Kelly. The most divisive and unedited period of the show's history has begun with Live with Kelly and Mark. Loyal viewers have been treated to a front-row seat to a 28-year marriage, while some critics on social media have decried the move as nepotism. There is no longer a professional barrier, just the raw, intimate, and sometimes too much information dynamic of a real-life couple. For Live, this is now the standard. Celebrity sightings are only one of many topics covered in the host talk. Their differences in taste in interior design, their approaches to the ocean, and their open conversations about their lonely lives at sea are all topics covered. The show's daily fare consists of the incidents stated previously, such as Mark's stern, "I'm robbing a bank" remark to a retail worker, or his recommendation that Kelly get a law degree. Because of this genuine, unrehearsed performance, things have happened at the Regis time period. Kelly recently confessed to snapping racy selfies in front of a massive photograph of David Muir, the host of ABC News, on one of her episodes. One more involved Mark pausing the program to declare, "My zipper's down." Kelly jokes that she hates her husband for aging so gracefully while she fights gray hairs, and they openly discuss their different perspectives on aging. Audiences are divided by this dynamic. While many appreciate the straightforwardness, others find the too much information moments embarrassing or unprofessional and miss the old format. Two TV personalities are no longer capturing their attention. In real time, they are witnessing a husband and wife teasing, laughing, and supporting one another. After trying out for the role of co-host in the year 2000, Kelly Ripa has since gone through 3 significant changes. She triumphed over a high-profile corporate betrayal and became the undisputed head of her own daytime business. The final and most genuine form of the show was developed by her by installing her husband beside her, one constructed totally according to her own principles. It's with a heavy heart that we bring you this devastating update about Mark Consuelos. The beloved actor, known for his roles in shows like Riverdale and All My Children, is facing a tragedy that has left fans around the world in shock. Mark, who has always been known for his warm and charismatic personality, has recently experienced a heartbreaking personal loss that has shaken him to his core. While he has been a beacon of strength for his family and fans over the years, this tragic event has shown a side of him that many of us rarely see. Fans are devastated, and social media is flooded with messages of support and love for Mark and his family during this incredibly tough time. It's not easy to imagine the pain someone must feel in the wake of such an immense loss, especially someone who's always been so open and approachable with his followers. As we continue to send our thoughts and prayers to Mark Consuelos, we can't help but feel the heartbreak that his fans are going through as well. It's a reminder that even those who bring joy and entertainment to our lives are not immune to life's toughest challenges. This tragedy has truly been a shock to us all. We can only hope that, with time, Mark finds the strength and healing he needs. In the meantime, let's continue to support him with all the love and kindness we can offer. Mark, we are with you through this heart-wrenching time. Stay strong.